I decided to change the fluid on the transmission on this 2015 Chevy Traverse, and it's very similar on a lot of other vehicles with this motor, I guess. The Acadia, and there's some others. It's got the 3.6 variable valve timing, direct injection. Anyway, I'm almost wishing I hadn't bought this vehicle, trying to sell it, but all the research I've done, the engines have a tendency to have a lot of problems. The transmissions always seem to have problems. I tried to fix that with some, what do they call it? Lubriguard shutter fix. Didn't really solve the problem. I'll show you the box. I put one of these in there and it still had a shutter, so I put another one in, drove it around, still had a shutter, just a little bit. So now I went ahead and bought some transmission fluid. What is it, Dextron 6 they call it. I'm going to just go ahead and swap out the motor and the transmission that I can get out through the drain plug. I'm not doing a flush, but if you want to know where the plug is, so here's the front of your vehicle, and there's the license plate. So between the headlight and the license plate, I'll go right down below, and you will find an 11mm plug. You can see it dripping right there. It's almost done. I'll go ahead and put the plug in it. It's a pretty small plug, kind of like an oil drain plug, but smaller. It's only 11mm head on it. I'll let that drip dry a little bit more, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the new fluid. It takes, I guess, about 5.5 quarts. So I cleaned up this bucket relatively clean. I dumped it into there, and then once I add the fluid, I'll add this back into the container the fluid came out of, which is I think it's a 5 quart. It should hold most of it. There might be a half quart left over. And I may go ahead, let me pause this for a second. I may go ahead and add this Lubriguard synthetic ATF protectant. Fixes shifting problems, reduces slippage, so can't hurt, right? I'm just hoping that the money I spent on these are about, I got it for 10 bucks off of Amazon. I just paid about 13 bucks at O'Reilly's. I think this was 17, so what is that, $50 or something? Hopefully that fixes the issue. Probably not permanently, but it'll get by. Anyway, that's how you change the fluid. If you want to do a flush, it's a little more involved. There's videos on YouTube for it. I'll do a follow-up on this. Maybe I'll just post it on the end of this. After I add the new fluid and that shutter fix, I'll drive it around, see if it still shutters. Maybe this will fix the issue. I tried to call a transmission shop today, but they're closed. It's Saturday. I want to see if it's going to be like $3,000 to rebuild the transmission, or if it's more like $5,000. I watched a video on how to do it, and there's a bunch of stuff down there you have to take off, but of course they don't make it easy. And there's where you add your transmission fluid, in case you're wondering. So I've got a long transmission funnel. It's about 1.5 feet long. It makes it a lot easier to add fluid to places like this. And let me continue this in a little bit. So this is what it looks like with my transmission filter or funnel going down in there to the fill hole. Makes it a lot easier. Try to use a regular funnel. You're probably going to spill some. This works really good. I even use it for changing oil because it holds more than a regular funnel, and it gives me some reach. Anyway, I'm going to start this up, check the fluid. I think I still need to add just a little bit because it's supposed to take 5.5 quarts. I put in 5. And I'll go drive it around and see what happens. Well, I got it changed and I drove around a little bit, and it seemed to take care of the shifting problem or the shutter. I'll drive it around later today or tomorrow when it's cooled off and see what it's like when it's cool. Because when it's cold, the fluid's just a little bit thicker. Probably not much difference, but I'll try it again today, later, or tomorrow and Hopefully that'll take care of the problem. If not, I'll post another vehicle about what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe.